Yes.
Okay.
Look at our buddy. He just did one. Took him 12 months.
I don't know. I think if I
You
guess it,
listen, you could do stick built quick.
yeah, you could do it in a month. I think.
No.
Yeah, I think you could do it in like a month.
No.
Because I used to be on framing crews,
I
and
no, but those are at a bigger site, just
frames
build
up
it.
in a week. Frames up in a week. 2,000 square feet doesn't matter.
So now you frame, right? Now you gotta sit and now you gotta start. You gotta do plumbing, electric. Now you gotta wait for someone to come check it out.
If you have a good project manager, all those everyone should bang, 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 bang. I know it doesn't go like that all the time, but
No, it doesn't.
I'm just saying, in theory,
You
uh,
think it's that way. Most of the time, it's a long time. You can't control what that city's gonna do. When I say,
yeah.
"Hey, I need you to come check my electrical work." Yeah, let me say, I'll be there in 2 weeks.
Hold up. And so we have this affordable housing crisis, but every time we try to build something new, you have to wait a certain amount of time to get your place inspected. And how many different inspections do you have to do? You have to do one for the roof, you have to do one for the framing, you have to do one for the plumbing, you have to do one for the electrical, you have to do one. It just goes on and on.
So all those take time, right? I don't have that in modular housing.
Yeah.
The electric's done, plumbing's done, the inside of the house. They don't come inspect the house because third party does it.
Now, I think modular housing and prefab housing is the future because especially as you get more orders, they're going to be able to buy in larger volumes and they'll be
Yes.
able to drive the price down even more.
Yes. When it comes to customization, it doesn't cost us as much as it would be a site builder. He's not buying in that bulk like the manufacturers are. So it's not to them, it's not really a big deal. So I've seen what upcharges for a stick built guy would be, and that takes time. It's still going to take the same amount of time to build that house with those extra options you want compared to a stick built guy. Stick
Yeah.
built guys, oh, so now we want to do this. To me, it's not a big deal. It's done. It's already engineered in the factory.
You already have a preset list of things you're going to. What happens when you do a stick built, custom house is the
Yes,
homeowner.
I know it happens.
Yeah,
They come all the time. Oh no, I don't want that. That's what holds up most of that.
yeah, or
But
extra change orders, all that stuff. Yeah,
yes, for a spec, I don't have that. I have it before we build it.
yeah.
They do all their little changes and
It's the future. So yeah, it's definitely the future because you're going to be able to mass produce them. Like you can just build the factories bigger and do more at once.
yeah.
It's going to be that's the future. If you want to bring down the cost of housing, you get like an inspector in house inspecting the things as they leave or whatever. I don't know how it is now more than I do, but do they inspect it? Is it possible for the city to sign off on it as it leaves the warehouse and then bam, by the time you get there, you can start putting it together? Or
Yeah, all the inspection is done in-house. It's a third-party inspection. So I just bring that thing to the town and say, here's my paperwork. So all the inspection's been done. Now they got to come to inspect the hookups, the electric hookup and the water and sewage.
just to make sure that it's connected properly.
Yes. So they'll come check that because I have to now also all the wires from the house run and we have to connect it to the box. Because they're going to come inspect the box, the electric coming from the street to the house, it's going to be inspected. But that's it.
Yeah.
If there's what is it? Septic and they'll come out and check the septic, inspect it.
And the only hurdle to getting them out there faster is probably their schedule. I doubt they're just sitting in the office all day. They're probably inspecting other things. So how do you fix that issue? How do you make it faster?
I wish I knew.
People? Do you
We would
hire?
be if we knew we'd be rich.
Yeah.
Right? So there's always one guy, and if you don't like you or you come across, you walk in and you're like, "Yo, hey," they don't like that. That's I just tell you, I'm quiet. I don't want to argue with them, or they say, "Come back next week." Thinking next week, so I
Well,
you can't do anything until. So if you're stick building, Jake, you got all your rough plumbing, electric in, you can't put up drywall now. You have to wait till they come and inspect it, and then if
yeah.
they find something wrong, they'll say, "Okay, we'll get it fixed."
So is I guess I don't really know a lot about modular. I've been trying to go on site with you for I don't
So
know.
I
A
have a
year.
meeting tomorrow with a new manufacturer. I'm going to talk business for myself, but if you want to tag along, you're more than welcome.
I can't tomorrow. I'm closing on properties tomorrow, so I can't.
I hate rich people.
I got closing. I do that too.
Yeah.
So,
So I'll be there at 11 o'clock tomorrow in Dunmore.
yeah. Oh, man, that's close too.
It is close. I didn't wanna.
What is it? Simplex?
No,
Who is it?
Signature.
Okay. Yeah. So is the drywall pre-hung? How does that work?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Drywall's up, the kitchens are in, counters are in, tile is in,
Yeah.
the floor is in, the LVP, carpet.
Yeah.
I wish you could come tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll see if I can. I'm supposed to close at 12 o'clock or 12:30, and I have to do my final walkthrough at 9:30.
What are you
And
buying? Let's hear
um,
about this.
I'm buying a 1984 build house in Muncie, of nowhere, on an acre of land, and we'll see. I've never flipped in Muncie, but
How
we're buying
far
it at a good
how
price.
how far is it from here?
That's an hour and a half from here. Hour and a half. Yeah. So I actually have guys going out there to meet me Friday to do the final walkthrough with me, and they're going to be going from Kingston out there, but they're going to stay out there. They're going to sleep there and get it done real fast. So
What does it need?
it just needs a clean out and paint. There's like a bunch of broken down cars in the yard, and just a bad tenant situation. So had to get rid of the tenant, and now clean up after them basically. But it's a nice house, two bay garage, 1,300 square feet, something like that. Finished basement, which I'm not counting that in square footage, on an acre of land in Muncie. And from what I see, there's no inventory in Muncie right now.
So it could be good.
Yeah, and then I'm closing on one in Wilkes-Barre right after that, actually on Hancock Street in Wilkes-Barre, which I did a flip last year on Park Ave, which is like a block away, and I lost money. So that was like the first flip I ever lost money on. And
On Park Ave?
on Park Ave, yeah.
Yeah, that's a little scary over there.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with this one too. But I think I know the area a little bit better than I did before, so this one should be okay.
Well, I hope so. Yeah, but listen, it doesn't matter. People are still buying houses in there. So it's not.
Well, yeah, inventory is lower, like Wilkes-Barre, Scranton area. Inventory is lower than it was last year. So I was expecting inventory to go up this spring, but it's not. And inventory is actually lower than it was last year. So that was a surprising thing for me because you have the southern states, you have the Sunbelt kind of crashing right now. You have Florida, houses sitting on the market. You have Texas, massive price reductions, long sit times. But up here in the Northeast, things are still hot. I
Well,
was wondering where you went. Did
yeah,
you
no, I wanted to make you, full
I
screen.
I kept going because I thought you left.
No, I saw you reading the ticker on the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just getting used to this new format.
Yeah,
So this is why
this is new, that's why we didn't bring any guest on. This is just to
yeah, I
catch
sold
up.
my twen we sold my 20 unit, Mike.
Yes, let's
20
talk
unit.
about you. So Jake sold a 20 unit that he actually got. It was a wholesale deal.
No,
You tell the
yeah,
story because 'cause you're the
alright,
one that made all the money.
I'll do a quick background. So we were Jordan reached out to me, my old partner. He had this 20 unit building. We went and looked at it, offered cash because we were gonna assign it to somebody else because we had buyers for that. So he ended up not wanting our cash offer. It was too low. So I wanted to buy it. Jordan kind of wanted to wholesale it, but I'm like, I really want to buy this stuff. I like buying stuff.
That's you, though. You're like, "I'll take it."
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, it was crazy, but go ahead.
yeah, I think I had like $40,000. I'm like, I want to buy this thing. We ended up just negotiating, and it was right at the beginning of COVID. So a lot of money got stolen. The property manager was stealing money. So we went up there and kicked everybody out, completely vacant. The only tenant left is growing pot. We walked through it with him, and he seller financed it for us. Not only did he seller finance it, he gave us 80K to renovate it too. He gave us 70K, and then he bought a bunch of appliances for us because he like wholesales appliances too.
Now,
And
did you ask him if you wanted to wholesale, or he brought it up to you?
so we were going in there with a cash offer where we knew that we could either raise the money or we could hold, like there was an exit strategy available. So maybe it wasn't wholesale, but no matter what, if we got it under contract at that cash price, we would be good. We offered the cash price. He didn't like that. It was like half of what he paid for it. We just kept negotiating, and eventually we landed on the seller finance where he held a mortgage.
And that's where
And
he can get his other half back from,
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
much.
that's where he still lost money. He bought it for 1.5 in 2013. We bought it for 1.1 on terms. So he bought it cash too when he bought it.
And he also gave you money for construction, correct?
Yeah, so we didn't have any money. So like
We had 40 grand,
I had 40 grand, but there
which
it was
which was
me.
a lot at how old were you?
I was probably
24?
23, 24. Yeah.
Yeah.
And anyway, and I had a couple properties too. I was ready to take down this. I was studying before this opportunity came, and I'm like, oh, I know exactly what to do. So anyway, we ended up buying it, and we weren't going to buy it unless he gave us the money to renovate it because it needed a lot of work. And like we weren't going to be able to do it if he didn't give us the money. So we're just like, yo, you have to give us the money to renovate it
Yep.
too. And he did. And that's a great example of just the opportunities that you might stumble upon if you look for them.
And it
Uh,
happens.
it happens. It happens more than you think. Like I've had that happen to me multiple times now in my career. I've had somebody seller finance something. I don't know. And it's also, especially when you get to really successful investors and you're dealing with those guys, they want to see the next generation come up and win too. You know what I mean? If they like see something in you, for us, there was three of us and one of them ended up backing out right before closing. I guess he maybe trusted us and saw some stuff in us and we proved ourselves to him. We were at least knowledgeable enough to know. But we bought it and all seller finance, 15K down to help cover some closing costs. And yeah, we filled it up. We renovated it. Our first mortgage payment was in 3 months and it was $7,000. And so we wanted to get it occupied before that 3 months to be able to cover that payment. So how do you do that? Okay, maybe we do month to month leases or something, and we just do super flexible leases. So bam, we would renovate the biggest units first where we can get the most money from. And we'd go through those units. We had the floor guy, the paint guy, and we would do lowest, like the best we could with what we had.
Yeah.
And so we got the units livable and we put people in them and it was affordable rent. And within that 3 months, we had 70% occupancy above the mortgage payment and it was off to the races. And then we took a lot of our profits, reinvested it, kept raising rents, and we stabilized it. It takes 2 years to stabilize a large multifamily building, especially when you're going from zero. You know what I mean? Because
Sure.
those month to month leases turn over a lot, right? And you got to convert everything to a year lease, stabilize it, all that type of stuff. So that's what we did. And then I think we had it for 30 months, almost 3 years, a little bit less than 3 years. So yeah, like 30 months. And we sold it and we only had 15K into the deal. So the cash flow covered that the first year.
Which is crazy.
Yeah,
You bought a place for 1.1 million with 15,000
15,000.
down.
Yeah, it's
And in 3 months and you got 100,000 back for construction. Did
70, 70, 80. Yeah.
you didn't use it all?
No, we used it all. Yeah, we
Okay.
used it all. Yeah.
Well, I
But
figured
that
maybe.
wasn't enough. That wasn't enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But we made it like when you are limited on resources, you figure out how to make it happen.
sure.
Yeah. And I was still working a job at this time. So
Especially when a deal is good, you'll just make it work.
yeah, so I think it's really all about just finding the deal. If you find the deal, you can get the money. Like you reach out to me and you have a really good deal, we're going to take it down. I'm in a different position I am than I was there. And there's plenty of people that have the money, have the capability to help you if you find a really good deal. But we sold that building beginning of March and we made, yeah, I don't know,
Yeah, I
thousand.
wouldn't tell people, but yeah, you did good.
Yeah.
You bought a Lamborghini. You bought a Lamborghini. Good for you.
No, so
Good.
it happened at perfect timing because I had equity in 86 units, but I owned I don't know 10 on my own, and then that other 20 with Jordan. And so we basically like I'm cashing out of all my rentals, and it coincides with the wholesale regulations that have come upon us. That was one of our main exit strategies for anything that we didn't want to buy. We would wholesale it, but now having all this capital to be able to flip, it really helps out. So it lined up perfectly where the new regulations come. but now we have capital to be able to actually flip. So it all worked out. And now we're doing several flips at once. And yeah, it's fun. It's another learning process to go from one flip here, two flips there to like managing multiple at one time. And I definitely need, it's a lot, dude. Yeah, it's a lot. So need a project manager.
Yes. You always need a project manager. I do most of my own project. I have a good partner on the other side
Yeah.
or with our construction, but yeah, I was trying to teach my son how to property manage, and yeah, that's
But
eh.
with contract, so yeah, I think like the best way you'd love to order bulk materials and store them and then use them for each project and have a manager go through with PO numbers and
So
track everything.
I did that. I bought flooring, paint, because we were gonna use it quick. So I would buy 20,000 square feet of flooring, and I really wasn't saving much. I thought I was getting cheap, but same with drywall and stuff. Where I'm gonna store it, water heaters, electric wiring, plumbing stuff. And then it
Yeah.
was just every flip was looking the same. I'm coming in, I see gray walls, gray floor, white trim. I was just like, same cabinets everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets like very vanilla, stale. I was so glad the gray stage is out for me, but
Yeah.
I'm wearing a
I'm
gray
done
jacket.
with gray. I'm done with gray as
Yeah.
well.
Yep.
I think gray's over,
It
everybody.
is over.
Yeah.
The problem is all these houses we did, they're gonna be in there for the next 20 years.
Yeah. They will.
Houses for sale now that weren't flipped, but someone was actually living, they got gray floors. It's lighter browns now and stuff like that, but yeah,
Yeah. I've been doing an off white, like a tan color for the
for the
walls.
walls. Yeah, yeah. I always keep what do we use? Use white, off-white, eggshell white. That's it. Here it is. Let them do it. Why are you start painting the walls red, blue, whatever color you like, they might not like. So I just everything white.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
that person comes in and says, "Oh, it's so white in here like a hospital." I'm like, "You gotta be kidding me." I told the realtor, "Who cares? I'll paint it. Tell me what if they're gonna buy the house, I'll paint the house. I'll paint the inside. It was gonna cost me a couple grand,
Yeah.
2,000 bucks to sell the house. I'll do that if they're
Yeah.
paying asking."
Yeah. Yeah.
And the same with the modular world. When I build a spec house, we keep it pretty much. That's the thing about modular. I don't have to worry about my electricians, my plumbers, all these guys coming to work. Real in the factory, even though it takes 8 weeks, they'll say 6 to 8 weeks for actually them to build the house. It takes 6 days. 6 days
On the assembly line.
is the real build time.
So they're literally just making connections when it gets to site then. Like they're just connecting things.
We're
The wire
connect Yes,
already run.
yes, everything's we just connect everything. The wires are just we just connect them in certain like 4 or 5 spots and
Yeah, that's
right to
awesome.
the box. So when you walk in the house, so this house I'm putting down, I'll have you come to, but
Yeah.
you just walk in and you'll be like, "Wow, the kitchen's already there. The
I wanna become
bathrooms
a dealer.
the
Let's
ba"
go.
Huh?
I'm sold. I wanna become a dealer.
The bathrooms are Yeah, I wish you coulda come tomorrow. I know you gotta do your thing, but I'll set up a tour. We'll go because
Yeah, give me
so that
more.
one is right there in Dunmore.
Yeah, that's 100% the future. Because yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. What else we wanna talk about?
Well,
Hopefully, we're gonna do some flips together.
yeah. Yeah, we need more.
I'm looking for us, just so you know. I'm out there looking.
All my stuff keeps getting extended. I'm, like, trying to sell everything gets extended, man. These title companies are
The title companies are the worst.
yeah, I don't know if it's all their fault, but this is another thing, Mike. They'll call to get a tax cert or something, and they can't get a hold of the tax collector. The tax collector's on vacation, and there's only one tax collector in the markets we're working in because they're smaller,
Yeah, it's a
right?
small little town.
Yeah,
The lady works and lives at home. She does everything at home.
but everything's from home. Yeah,
Yes, and they might have a real job also on top of it. So you can only really reach out to them because I don't think they get paid.
they don't. The tax collectors,
Yeah, I'm not su
they gotta get paid. They gotta get paid.
I don't know.
The
I
collectors
Are you
get
looking it up? Yeah.
As of the average annual pay for a tax collector in New York is 54,000 a year.
No, no, 50. Type in, just type in where you live, Pittston, PA.
How much?
It's got to be public record.
It is definitely. Yeah, that's all public record. In Pittston, PA, tax collectors are paid a commission
Oh,
of they have $2.50 per collected bill.
okay. So when you go collect my $10,000 in taxes, you're getting $2.50.
Yeah, that's what this is what Gemini is saying.
Okay, so how many people live in your city? So 1,000 people live in your city?
Wait, what's the amount of homes in Pittston?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Taxable homes.
3,903 housing units. So 250 times 3,903 equals
$10,000 maybe?
$10,000. Yeah, that's not a
Yeah.
lot.
I ain't collecting your taxes.
Yeah, that's a bullshit job. Let's go.
Absolutely. I'm gonna add another $10 fee on there.
Yeah, I don't usually say this, but maybe tax collectors should get paid more. Maybe they do a better job. I don't know.
Yeah. Stop giving all the school teachers and everybody else extra money. Give the tax collector $10,
Yeah, let's root for the tax collector.
right? Yeah, they should get at least $10 a house.
That yeah, that'd be 39K. So
That's a different story. Maybe they'll answer their phone.
yeah, they probably answer their phone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they can't answer their phone because 'cause they're out there doing Grubhub.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's not cool. Well,
I don't
yeah,
know if that's true, but this is what Gemini is saying at least.
I'm believing Gemini.
Yeah, it's cited. It's got a citation here. So
That's crazy.
who's going to be our guest? What are the guests we got coming up?
I'm still waiting for an enterprise guy. I'd message him live as we're speaking now, but
Yeah, we have
and what's her name is next week, Tuesday.
Sophie. Yeah, is it next week or is it coming up?
Yeah, I think it's Tuesday.
I'm gonna have to double check.
Yeah, double check. I saw the email. Yeah, the main thing was this: we just check out this software. We know you made 1,500,000. And what else are we gonna do though? We want to start some businesses together too, cash business.
We're looking at.
So let's do that.
I just walked a manufacturing facility in Scranton. I've been like meeting with manufacturers and just
So what do you do? You call the owner of the manufacturer company or the
no.
manager?
I went to this event. I went to Unmasking Mental Health. This and it was a pageant, and I unmasking mental health. I'm like, I'm not going, but I went, and while I was there, I'm like, man, I might as well just talk to everybody I can. So I just went around and started talking to everybody.
Yeah,
And
that's what
yeah, you might as well make the most of your time, right? Yeah, just meet people. It's fun. You never know. So anyway, I met this guy, and I don't want to say too much, but he's in a position where he knows all of the manufacturers in the area, and he helps them with safety. He's been introducing me to these people, and they're all great. They're all the ones I've met so far are like older gentlemen that really just have a passion for building things and inventing things. And they're buying these old machines that are $500,000 and they don't work. And then they're fixing them themselves, getting them to work. Because if you bought it like new, it's like 1.5 million or whatever. You know what I
sure.
mean? And then they're building all these conveyor belts. They're like, yeah, if you buy a new conveyor belt, it's 40K. But if you go to Home Depot and you get this carpet and you glue it together this way, you can make like your own conveyor belt. So it's cool to see just the innovation and stuff that's happening in some of these facilities. And it's really exciting. So that's something that I want to get into is building stuff in the United States of America and employing people in the United States of America. So I think we need to do that.
I gotta invent something.
I think you can just like do things better too. Smoke
So
alarms, for instance.
yes, you brought that up.
Yeah. I think they like Kitty is one of the largest manufacturers of smoke alarms. They're in all the Home Depots. And they get at least 50% margins on those smoke alarms. They sell them for 44 bucks a pop.
Yes, that's too expensive.
Yeah, that's crazy. It must be at least under $10 to build that. And then you need the UL label or one of those certifying parties to give you the green light. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity in the space and I think if people focus on it and try and learn about it, they can probably be successful in it. Because what happens is the incumbents, usually as you get bigger, especially if you become a publicly traded company, you get bogged down by bureaucracy. It takes a month to make a decision because it has to go through the board. Whereas if you're just an entrepreneur and you're just making things happen, like you could move fast.
Yeah, I don't have to ask anybody for anything.
Exactly, and that's how incumbents get displaced, is you got this young, scrappy company just, like, making things happen, and bam, next thing you know, they're making a fire alarm a lot like, half the price that you're making it for. So, I think there's a lot of opportunities to just go through the supply chain and pick apart things and get it more efficient and stuff because that's all being shooken up right now. Like, it's all being different. It's all different, you know?
Yes, it's definitely being shooken up.
Yeah.
People are panicking, I'm happy.
Yeah, we got these tariffs coming April 2nd.
Yep, and then what is it, this weekend, they're going against Elon.
What are they doing? What's
Elon, it's like a big day against "Let's stop him."
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy.
It's nuts.
That's so crazy.
Let's go let's burn down the Democrats' electric cars. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, all didn't, like, all the Democrats buy electric cars and now they're, like, towards
Yeah,
something like this?
and I was gonna buy one too, and I'm just independent.
Yeah,
Now I won't. I wonder what insurance is now on them.
I bet you it's going up.
It's got to. I'm gonna call an insurance guy tomorrow that I know. "Hey, if I bought a Tesla, maybe I can get a deal, but the insurance is gonna be so high, I'll just be like, I paid the same price anyway."
Yeah.
It'll just weigh itself out.
Yeah, I wonder that's a good question if insurance is up, yeah. They got rid of the tax credits too, didn't they? You used
Yeah.
to get a $7,000 tax credit for buying
Yeah.
an electric
No,
car.
they're giving you a $10,000 fire credit now.
A fire credit?
Yeah, he's someone burns it down,
Yeah.
it's gonna get burnt or keyed. I didn't even know. I was watching one of these newses, and it's taking the picture when someone's keying the car. I didn't know it has all these cameras in there,
Yeah,
and it
it's got
records.
yeah,
Yes.
and everybody's posting it on social media and they're like, "Find this person."
Yo, that's crazy to me. I didn't know it did that.
I really like, man, the full self-driving, that's gonna be the thing. Yeah, that's gonna be the future for sure,
Yeah.
the full self-driving. I'm pretty sure that's legit.
Yeah, that'll happen. Yeah. You'll be
And
alive. Me,
that's why I would buy that car, because of that.
uh,
Yeah.
when it really starts working in 20 years from now, I think it'll be 20 years at least, no?
I don't know. Elon Musk is like next year.
Yeah, he's huge. Just, well, let's do it.
Apparently, right now, full self-driving is safer than like they
So
score
my
better.
one son was out in California, and he took the cab that did that.
The Waymos.
Yep,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
it was crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
They have some problems with them, I think, like where they get stuck
yes,
at intersections and stuff.
yes.
Yeah.
So as one idiot like me decides to just cut it off to a red light, all of a sudden it's all jammed up, it's just stuck there, you
Yeah.
know?
Don't get me wrong, like, I'm scared of automating everything. There's something to having a human being involved where to launch the nukes, they flip a switch rather than some automation or something, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. "Oh, you know what? The calculation says I'm supposed to hit it right now."
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
that's not good.
Yeah, like, even with you remember the longshoremen strike a few months ago? Remember
Yes.
that? So, like, China, their ports are completely automated. But I do think there's something to, like, having somebody there to, like, actually do stuff. What happens if, like, an EMP hits and it, like, takes out all of our automation, it takes out all the computers? Or a solar flare or something? Shut down completely, but if there's people there, it's
It
like,
it'd be like another pandemic.
oh, it'd be 10 times worse.
So I fire all these dock people. They wanna do that here in the United States though too.
Yeah, they wanna automate it,
Yeah,
and the longshoreman union is like that's what they're trying to get in their next contract is you're not allowed to automate for X amount of years or whatever, which they're one of the last strong unions in this country. Unions were huge in the '70s, '80s, but
yeah.
not anymore,
No.
you know?
They
Actually, a lot of people didn't like, the guy that is the head, he had the gold chain on, all that stuff, but they people were taking pictures of his house, and he's got, like, this mansion.
Yo, he is rich.
Yeah, he's rich as hell, and so people are like, "That's not like the union of the '70s where it's like the working man." So people don't really have sympathy for unions anymore.
Yeah, because they have him out in a Bentley convertible, 15,000 square foot house in the back, like you
Yeah,
said, with the gold chains.
yeah, you're supposed to be the working man. right?
Yeah, it's this these guys are making minimum wage, it seems, and he's driving around in a Bentley gold chain like a
Oh,
rap
then
star.
then you find out the port worker's making 170K a year, and it's, "Oh, you want more money?" Like, damn.
I didn't know they made that much, I might go
Yeah,
there.
you're making as much as a doctor, like, what the hell?
Oh,
I don't
Jake,
think a lot of people had sympathy for that. I don't know. I'm
I don't really care. I listen, I want them to keep their job. We're gonna automate it enough. Like,
Florida, DeSantis was like, "The National Guard is just gonna go in if you guys try we're just gonna operate it with the National Guard." That's what he said.
yeah.
So,
It's not that I don't think it could be that hard.
no, it's half automated now.
Yeah,
So,
that's fine. But
yeah,
you're not gonna see what's sneaking on, what they're shipping out. I guess they'll still have security.
yeah, the I don't know if you noticed when you go into Walmart now. For a minute, it was, like, tracking your face, and it had the green box when you walked into Walmart. I think they took that away because it was scaring people, but, like, the AI stuff that they're doing with anti-theft, and my buddy works for a service company, he services gas stations. They just put cameras in his van, and if he's looking away from the road, it'll be like, "Put your eyes on the road." It's wild, dude. So the AI can tell, like, what you're doing and, make judgment calls based on that. So they can detect all theft and stuff just on your emotions.
Someone just got in trouble at Walmart. They they changed the price tags on the stuff. So they scanned it. $10 item is a dollar. Scan the next item. They put all these $1 price tags on it. So it looks like they're scanning and they paid. So it
Yeah.
says I got 22 items, $22. But the machine picked it up, right? It knows that, yo, that's not a dollar. Yo,
Yeah, yeah. No,
that's
it
a
knows
box
the
of
whole item.
cornflakes. Yo, it
Yeah,
knew that, and they were waiting at the front door for them with the police.
yeah. That's
Just
yeah,
saw, which is crazy. Same thing with Sam's Club. When I walk out of Sam's Club, I go through these things, just no, and the girl sitting in the front like this sort of thing. Oh, you're good, go.
yeah, that's crazy.
And one time I had one item that was hidden, and it wasn't paid for. It knew. She stopped me at the door. Oh, I think there's. Oh, you didn't pay for this yet.
Yeah, she just got a device that's, like, sending her a
Yes, yes,
notification.
and it shows you everything in the cart, and it'll say, "Hey, that cart's good."
Yeah, that's wild.
And if they stop you, they telling me, "She told me what I didn't pay for."
Yeah,
So it
no,
saw that item somehow, I don't know how, but it did.
just
And
the way your stuff was laying, it's
yeah,
like, "Oh,
I didn't do it on purpose. They don't argue. They're not like, "Hey, come to the office."
yeah."
But yeah, it was
Yeah.
crazy because I do the scan on the phone and just pay for it, and
That's another real estate play, man. These data centers, to build out these data centers that power, because that takes a lot of compute. Imagine the amount of compute it takes to, like,
yeah,
figure out what's in your grocery cart, every customer. That's a big, and you want, like, lower latency, so the data center should be closer to the main operations to reduce latency. So that's a big, I don't know enough about it. I'm not smart enough to build data centers attached to a nuke plant,
you're pretty smart.
but those would be that's a good real estate play right now.
Yeah, I'm hoping you get me into something. I make $1,000,000 this year.
Oh,
I
that's
I'm gonna
girl.
make a few, but I need to make some. I want to make some with you now.
Yeah, I need to net 1,000,000. That's the goal. I don't even track the gross revenue. I do, but it's all about
And
the net.
and then we're gonna go look at some. You want to look at selling pallets of stuff?
Yeah, I think we need to get a warehouse, and we need to start
What was that warehouse you sent me the other day?
the one on Avoca.
I don't know. You just said Main Street.
Oh, that retail space.
Oh, that's what I didn't know what it
Yeah,
was.
that was a that's a retail space in Wilkes-Barre for 130K. Two retail spaces.
No, not on Main Street.
But you put skill machines in there. You
Oh,
know,
that's right. We want to do
that's what
skill
I was
machines
thinking,
too. I
but
forgot. Okay. Yeah, yeah. That might.
I don't know how I feel about skill machine. For everybody that's watching this, I think gambling is not, like, good. I think it's probably not good.
The,
Yeah,
the skill machines, your porn shop. What else you want to do? Everything you want to do is just. I don't know. It's like bad tenants to me.
and you have 2 choices when you're building a business. You could either do something that benefits society or something that doesn't.
Yeah, we're hurting society if we go put in skill machines.
I agree. Yeah, I feel that way too. Yeah.
We're putting someone in.
That's why I haven't done it either.
Yeah. No, we were just talking about it. For the
Well,
record.
you hear stories about this guy that's got all these skill machines pulling in 1,000,000 a week, and it's, "Oh, wow, that's crazy."
Yeah. So think about how many families he probably hurt
Yeah, right. How many
or that are
families
starving
getting
this week.
food? Yeah. But at the same time, I believe in people should do whatever they want, you know?
Sure, they make their own decisions, but some people get addicted. Listen, I go to get gas. There's more. I asked them. I go, "There's a little casino in here, man. There's always 10 people
Yeah,
playing. There's 10 machines."
yeah, it's so crazy.
And he's,
It's like
"Oh no, I don't make a lot of money from that." Yeah,
they make a lot. My barber had 2 of them in his barber shop, and he's like, "Yeah, I made more from them than cutting hair this week."
yeah,
He made like $1,400 in a week, just,
yeah.
yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
But
All right.
it's taking advantage of,
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
yeah, yeah.
Where
But,
I
what
like
about
the.
casino? Would you
I,
own a casino?
would I own a casino? No, no.
See, I feel like a lot of Native Americans have casinos. That's a little bit more classy and a
Do
little
I
bit more
look like a Native American?
that
No, I'm not. Listen, I might open another nightclub, maybe bar,
would be fun.
restaurant. Yeah, yeah. Everyone thinks it's fun. You gotta know how to run them.
Yeah, no, you run it and just give me,
All right. Hey, listen,
the access and yeah. No, I'm not into club life, but I think it would be fun though.
it is fun,
Yeah.
and yeah.
You're helping people have a good time instead of,
Hey, I like the way you think. Yep.
yeah, that's cool.
I'm getting them into drugs, alcohol. This is great.
Well, not everybody. Some people work all week and then they wanna go to the club and have a good time,
I enjoy it. I love that atmosphere.
Yeah.
I don't know
There's
if
no
I don't like the casino. I just
The casino is like there's
different
no
kind of people. I go to the casino. I go to the casino with you. Do we even gamble? No, we drink.
oh, we don't gamble. I don't gamble.
No,
So,
we
yeah,
drink and we walk out every time.
yeah.
The
I'll
one time,
invest in the stock market if I wanna
yeah,
gamble.
the one time we just sat right in the entranceway drinking beer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was a cool little pop-up
Yeah,
bar
yeah,
there. Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Well, Party on the Patio is coming soon,
And
so,
we'll go out there on Thursdays. Anybody wants to come meet us in person?
yeah. Maybe we'll do a convention there too.
Yes, we're doing an expo or a convention. Sorry.
Yeah, same words, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We just got to get it
What
going.
does expo stand for?
Huh?
Is expo short for something? Ex
I don't know. That's what everyone's been calling it for years.
What is expo?
You never heard of an expo?
No, of course I have. It's just what is that short for something? I feel
Are you looking it up? I can't look it up because I'm controlling the live stream here. People ain't gonna watch this show.
no, they're gonna be like, "What the hell is going
They
on?"
would we could say whatever we want now because they definitely got off in 43 minutes.
Wait, this is good info though. Expo is short, informal form of the word exposition, which refers to a large scale
Expo.
event.
Yeah,
Yeah, so an exposition. Yeah, I didn't know that, so
yeah.
I'm so dumb I am.
And I had a couple expos and I don't even know. I just called it expo.
You've had them, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, it's good. Sounds good."
I it's an expo. I figure you get all these vendors together and you have an expo. That's how I did it.
That's what an expo that is the
Yeah,
definition.
it's X you get a whole bunch of exhibits. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Convention's a little bit different though. You're there to learn and we'll have vendors and guest speakers and all kinds of stuff. I think
we're
we
gonna have the best guest speakers. We're gonna try to deliver. The whole goal is to deliver way more value than like expected. So we're gonna try to deliver so much value that
value is important because
yeah,
I wanna do this show every year.
yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah,
wanna do it up here in the East Coast, the West.
we want people to be excited. Wow, last year was awesome. I can't wait until the next year.
Yep.
It's gonna be sweet. Like you have to go.
And we'll have to change it up, theme it up every year a little bit different.
Yeah,
New guest speakers every year. Yeah. Whatever's hot.
yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. And
Uh,
next week we're back on track. You don't have to listen to us talk anymore. You can
yeah,
listen to
actually, I would delete this from your file, but
yeah. No one's made it this far.
oh, no, unless we might have a fan out there that might be watching this, you know what I mean? But LA, we made
Or a
45 minutes.
stalker, yeah.
I'm just gonna hit stop recording. We could still stay on now.
Alright.
You have any last words you'd like to say to everybody?
No, thanks so much for watching, guys, and all the opinion this is for entertainment, okay? I'm opinionated, but I'm not that opinionated. You can change my
No, yeah, he changed his mind real quick.
yeah.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of Jake. Yeah, same here. You know what I mean? I don't really care what's going on. I'm just worried about buying properties, flipping houses, doing new construction.
I care. I care, but
Okay, don't make me sound bad. But yeah, I'm just saying it.
But I respect everybody's opinion, you know?
Yes. I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, I won't not like you or do business with you because of who you are.
Yeah,
If you're
what
just a good person, you're a good person.
that's what makes this country great is, like, you can have all these different viewpoints, and it creates you give and take, you give and take, and
Yeah.
then to finally get something done.
Yo, you froze up. I think we might have lost Jake. Mr. Jake. Oh,
What
there you are.
happened?
You froze.
I froze?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Elon Musk, what's going on, man?
I don't know. I was letting everybody know you were probably lying, so there's an AI thing on here that says if they catch them online, they freeze them.
Yeah,
No, that's
yeah, that's what it
that would be
was.
great, right? Yo,
Yeah,
why'd you he's lying.
it just fact checks you in real time.
Can you imagine? That's what
Yeah,
we need to invent.
yeah, a real-time fact checker, yeah.
Yeah, we put as a little ticker.
I would imagine someone's working on that right now. Someone's gotta be working on that.
The good thing is no one's gonna watch our show for 47 minutes. They're not gonna say, "Yo, we're gonna do that."
No one's gonna steal this idea, no one's gonna make it this
Oh,
far.
no, we can say whatever we want now. Fuck yourselves.
Alright,
Alright. Thank you
guys,
everybody for watching, and next week we have Sophie next week.
I think, or
Yes.
someone great if it isn't Sophie.
Yeah, everyone's great, but us by ourselves. Thank you for listening, guys.
Thank you.
Be good.